Hello and welcome back. Now, in this video, we are going to learn not embedded, it's more like if, else structure. Okay, it's more a little bit more complicated than the one that we saw in the last video. So let's get started with coding. That's what is the most important thing. Okay, so I'm going to name my file as let's call it posdiff app.scala. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do in this application is that we are going to take two numbers from the keyboard. Okay, and then if the difference of first number and the second number is positive, we're going to print that. If the difference of first number and second number is negative, actually we are going to print the positive difference. In other words, we're going to print the absolute value of difference between two numbers. Okay, and then while doing so, we'll make use of this if, else structure. Okay, let's get started. Okay, I know that I'm going to use something like readint. So for that, I need to import, and what's the package and object name? Scala.io.stdin. I'm going to get everything. Okay, and readint is one of those methods available there. Okay, and object, let's call it positive difference. Okay, and object close. My main method, and as usual, args array string over here, nothing to return, open close. Okay, now I need to assign the difference, so I'm going to make it a variable. Positive diff is equal to 0. Okay, now I prompt a message, print center first number. Okay, and I'm going to read that. Val first number. Okay, my first number does not change, so I can make it a val. It's equal to readint. Okay, similarly, I can read my second number as well. So for the second number, print, please enter the second number. Okay, val number is equal to readint. Okay, now we have two numbers available. Okay, now I can do this one. Now I'm going to do one more thing actually. I'm going to check just to actually probably we'll introduce one flag here, and what we do with that flag is we check that flag, and that serves as more like a execution order, like whether we should be executing or not, just to control our program. And I'm going to do that right here. That's going to be val, because I'm not going to change the value of that identifier. Val execute flag, and I'm going to set it true actually. Okay, that's the default value. All right, so now we're going to use if structure. So first thing I'm going to check is this one. If execute flag, that's the boolean check, that is true. Okay, we're going to introduce one more operator here as a logical AND. Okay, that we will what it does is pretty much like in Boolean logic. If the condition on the left hand side of the this double ampersand is true, and also the condition on the right hand side of the double ampersand is true. That is basically, in order to get a true, both operands in the left and right of the double ampersand should be true actually. Okay, if execute flag is equal to true is true, and then the second condition that we are going to write, that is also true, then only it will enter into this block. Okay, so let's write the second condition. Second condition that I'm interested is actually the difference of first number minus second number. The difference should be greater than 0. Okay, just for clarity, I'm going to introduce one more curly bracket there. Okay, now how many I have? Okay, this one over there. Okay, I think I have the right amount of brackets there. If that is satisfied, then what do I do? Then I print some message. That message is going to be positive difference is, or I can say is equal to what is my difference? Well, I might need to calculate actually. So what I'm going to do is I actually want to calculate it. Okay, okay, let's write the variable positive diff. Okay, and I actually need a bracket. Okay, why I need bracket? Actually, I need that because in that I need that because I have more than one statement here. Okay, so compiler needs that information in order to interpret this correctly. And positive diff is equal to first number minus. Okay, this program, when you get more and more experience, this program might look a little bit more efficient, because see, we are doing some redundant operation. We are subtracting second number from first number here, and we are doing that again. Actually, as you get more and more experience, this thing should be optimized. Basically, we should try to give fewer number of operations to the machine, because this will occupy CPU time, and this will also occupy CPU. This particular one statement will also occupy the CPU time, right? But they're doing essentially the same thing. So instead of that, I could have just create a variable here, and then I could check that variable, right? Well, anyway, since we are doing more like introductory programming, we'll still continue with whatever we have here. And now I think that's it there. Now what do we do here is, if that is the case, else if. Okay, we have else if. Now I need the same, okay, probably I could just remove that space here, or if I want to make this uniform, I might just introduce that back like this. Okay, just make it uniform everywhere. Right, so here, okay, that should be here inside. Execute flag is equal to true, and then I'm going to check slightly differently this time. That is second number minus number is equal to 0. So why am I doing this? If I don't do this, it could be first number minus second number, and I might get a negative result, and I might need to make use of the absolute function, okay, or the absolute method. So let's I'm trying to not to use a whole lot of library function at this point. We're just trying to do as much as possible ourselves. Now okay, that is for that else if, and we're going to compute that interestingly again over here. Okay, this time if I had introduced any positive difference flag here outside this if and calculated using maybe this expression over here, that wouldn't be useful for us, because now we are calculating the difference using different approach. Now the second number comes first and first number, because we're trying to have the positive difference, okay, the absolute value, okay, the is equal to okay, that's the one, and I probably need over here, that's it, and outside I think we pretty much checked the condition. We'll see. Well, we checked greater than, and then more like if first number is greater than second number, and then next time we check the in the second LC we check if the second number is greater than the first number, but they could also be equal, right? So if they do not enter to either of these blocks, then they have to go somewhere. So that's where they will go, which is pretty much like a else structure. But we have one more item to check actually, and that item is execute flag is equal to true. Okay, this looks a little bit counterintuitive, because we are saying if execute flag is equal to true, then println we're saying two numbers are equal. Numbers are okay. Well, this particular whole thing doesn't look very meaningful, but if we analyze the whole if if else if structure, then basically it gives a proper meaning. Because if you just read these two, it sounds like if execute flag is equal to true, then two numbers are equal. But that's not the case, right? Because two numbers are equal when first number minus second number greater than 0 is not true, and second number minus first number greater than 0, that is also not true. Okay, and then there is only one case left, which is first number minus second number, or second number minus first number is equal to 0. That means two numbers are equal, but we are still checking the flag here. Okay, that's the counterintuitive thing, because everywhere we're checking the flag. You could just think of this flag as one extra condition check that is not really related to the uh, value of two numbers, the relative value, whether which one is greater than which one, so that's not related. This is one more thing that we are checking, whether really we want to execute this program or not. That's what we are checking. Otherwise, in absence of this flag, it would be only else this one. Okay, now I'm going to introduce I could actually have bracket here, or I may not need bracket because I have only one statement there. I'll just put it else, right? I don't need, but since we have a lot of curly braces here, I might just have one extra even if it's not actually required. Okay, it just increases the readability. And if press curly bracket is there, I can put my else over there, and then I'll put again my statement inside the curly braces. It's just to make things uniform, you know. It's very readable. It makes things very readable. Else println the execution flag is not set. Okay, I think that's pretty much. We don't need that extra line. That's pretty much what the program is about. Okay, now we're ready to compile it. Scala C, positive difference Scala. Let's see how many errors we get. Oh, well, that's strange. First number 4. You see, I have not compiled it. Second number 4, the positive difference is 2. Well, isn't that very interesting? I could just interpret my Scala program without even compiling it, right? Well, that's very I did it by accident actually. First number let's put 9, and second number let's put 4. Well, it's pretty much I could supply my Scala program to my interpreter. So next one, we're going to compile it. Okay, Scala C, positive. Okay. All right. Now we have the compiled version, and I'm going to run actually this guy over here. Okay, positive difference, because we have that positive difference class here. Now this time the interpreter is going to interpret the dot class while positive difference. Okay, so we're getting the same result. Well, that's one more thing we learned. Okay, so it'll be 3, and if I reverse, first number is 9 and second number is 6, that's going to be same because we're calculating the positive difference. So this one completes our if, else if structure. Okay, it's like I could have any number of else if, but we could just call it if else if structure if you want to name it that way. So this completes our lesson for if structure, which is very useful, very widely used in professional programming. In the next session we will be seeing for expression.